In 1587, a group of settlers arrived on an island off the coast of what is now the United States. The place was called Roanoke. It was meant to be a fresh start, a new beginning far from everything they once knew. Led by John White, they built homes, created a small community, and tried to survive in a land that felt both promising and unfamiliar. But life there was not easy. Food was limited, the environment was unpredictable, and the relationship with nearby groups was uncertain. Over time, the pressure began to grow. So John White made a difficult decision. He would leave the colony, travel back to England, and return with supplies and support. The plan was simple: leave briefly, then come back stronger. But history had other plans, because by the time he was ready to return, war had broken out between England and Spain. His journey was delayed, not for weeks, not for months, but for 3 years. And in those 3 years, something happened, something no one has ever been able to fully explain. When John White finally returned to Roanoke, he expected to see life, smoke from fires, movement, voices. Instead, he found silence. The settlement was still there. Houses stood, structures remained, but the people were gone, completely gone. 117 men, women, and children had vanished. And what made it even more disturbing was what wasn't there. No signs of violence, no scattered belongings, no evidence of panic. It was as if they had simply left. But if they left, where did they go? And why was there no clear trace of their journey? As John White searched the area, he found only one clue. A single word, carved into wood. CROATOAN. Nothing else. No explanation. No direction. Just that word. Some believed it was a message, pointing to a nearby island. Others believed it meant something more, something hidden. John White wanted to investigate further, but weather conditions forced him to leave again. And this time, he never returned. The colony was abandoned. The mystery left behind. And over time, theories began to grow. Some believed the settlers joined a nearby tribe. Others believed they were attacked. Some even suggested famine forced them to move. But here's the problem. None of these theories were ever proven, because there was no solid evidence. And without evidence, the story becomes something else entirely. A mystery. One that grows stronger with time. Because the more people try to explain it, the more questions appear. Think about it. 117 people don't just disappear quietly, not without leaving something behind. Unless, whatever happened in a way no one expected. Something fast, something controlled, or something no one understood. And that's where the imagination begins to take over. Because when history gives you no clear answer, your mind starts to create possibilities. Possibilities that don't need proof. Only one question. What really happened? Even today, the mystery of Roanoke remains unsolved. No final explanation. No confirmed truth. Just a story that refuses to disappear. And that leaves a question that still feels uncomfortable to ask. What could make an entire community vanish? Without a trace, without a sound, and without ever being found again? Because sometimes, the most disturbing mysteries aren't the ones we can investigate. They're the ones that leave just enough behind to remind us that something happened, but never enough to understand what it was. And maybe that's what makes this story so powerful. Not what we know, but what we may never know. History is not old. History is living inside us. One day, one event, one lesson. Mr. Feedy,